Morning students, this is 7th standard computer class we are taking. Okay, first chapter, that is nothing but the first chapter of the 7th standard is generations of computers. Okay, what is mean by generation of computers? Okay, for computers, the computer is a electronic device which access data, okay, information or instructions given to it, processes the same and gives out results and also stores the results for future use. That is nothing but the definition of computer. This is the definition of computers. Now we see with the generations of computers. Okay, the generations of computers are there. Okay, 5 generations. Okay, apart from that we will see what is mean by ancient computers. Okay, the first point of the this one is ancient computers is the most ancient Chinese computers was called abacus. Okay, you can see the abacus machine in the 4.1 figure. Okay, that is nothing but the abacus machine. Okay, the most ancient Chinese computer was called abacus. It was the first automatic computer which was used for counting and calculating. This is used for counting and calculating, abacus. Okay, now in the year of 1642, Blaise Pascal invented the first line. This device could perform simple functions of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. This is what is this machine is called as a Pascal machine. Okay, in that is developed in the 1642. Okay, this is called a Pascal machine. Then we will move with the first, one of the most significant developments made in the 19th century was the invention of punch cards in 1801 by Joseph Marie Jacquard. Okay, Jacquard. This invention was later put to use in modern computers. Okay, this is what the punch cards. You can see here. This is what the punch cards that is invented by Joseph Marie Jacquard. Okay, this is a person which is invented the punch cards. Then we will see with the next, that is in the year of 1830, Charles Babbage created the fully automatic computer called the analytical engine. It was popularly known as difference engine. Early computers could only perform computation of single non-negative non-zero term, okay, that is monomials, or two different terms binomials. In contrast, the analytical engine can perform polynomial functions involving multiple terms. Charles Babbage is considered as a father of the modern day computer. The Charles Babbage is known as the father of computer. Okay, the analytical engine created by Charles Babbage. This is the machine which is invented by the Charles Babbage. Okay, this is what some of the brief history of ancient computers. Okay, brief history of the ancient computers. Then the era of the computer is started from the Charles Babbage, what he is created the analytical engine. After that, the generations of computers are started. Okay, then the generation of computers are started. Then the modern computers. For thousands of years after the Chinese invented the abacus, not much progress was made to automate the counting and calculations. Then from the year 1937 onwards, there was a constant advancement. Okay, constant advancement in technology and computers. The evolution of computers is divided into 5 generations. Okay, the first generation is the 1937 to 1953. Okay, you can see here the first generation of computer. The figure, this one, this is what the first generation of computer. This is the back side is called, this is the computer. Okay, the computer is a generation use vacuum tubes. These vacuum tubes produces excess heat and consumed in a large amount of electricity. They occupied large space and therefore could not be transported. They were not available to all as they were very expensive. Okay, these computers could calculate data in a milliseconds, but it was still too slow. Then they also made a lot of mistakes so their information could not be trusted. They could perform only a single task at a time. Okay, this computer have so many drawbacks, like has no more electricity generation and more space consumable and mistakes that is doing. Okay, the first generation computer use machine language of lowest level programming language and wholly contained digits. Okay, punch cards and paper tapes were first fed into the computer. For storing, we are using as a punch cards as our paper tapes. Okay, in the form of paper tapes they are using the data, storing the data. The information could come out in the form of printouts. The UNIVAC means Universal Automatic Computer was the first computer made in the US, means United States, in 1951, belongs to this generation. Okay, the first generation of computer. Okay, then after that, in the second generation of computer, that is started from 1954 to 1962. Okay, where you can see in the picture, that is second generation of computer. Okay, the transistors replaced okay the vacuum tubes. Transistors are used instead of vacuum tubes because the vacuum tubes are emitting more heat. Okay, that's why the transistors are replaced. In the second generation computers, they were smaller, cheaper, and use less electricity. They used assembly language that used names instead of numbers, making it possible for humans to read and write. They were also more accurate than the first generation of computer and were available to a larger number of people. Okay, this is what in the second generation. Then after that, the second generation computers use the same method of input and output at the first generation of computers, that is punch cards and printouts. These are same. Okay, in first generation also and second generation, the punch cards and printouts. Okay, this generation of computer use devices like tapes. Okay, for storing the data they are using the tapes, means magnetic tapes, drives, discs, and printer. An example of second generation of computer is the IBM. Okay, this we can see is the IBM series. Okay, International Business Machine. Okay, the supercomputers with the extremely powerful processing speed and capacity were developed during this generation. These supercomputers were mainly used in the form of scientific applications like atomic energy. Okay, these generation computers were used in the scientific applications like atomic energy. Okay, and after that, the third generation of computers. Okay, the third generation started from 1963 to 1972. Okay, we can see in the picture the third generation of computer. How was it? In this generation, a collection of tiny transistors were put together to form the integrated circuit. Okay, that is nothing but IC chips. Okay, this one transistors, instead of transistors they are using the integrated circuits. Therefore, the computer became faster and smaller for the first time. Okay, keyboard, mouse, and monitor were used. There was hardly any hardware lapse, and so the maintenance cost was very low. Okay, for in this generation, they can by simplifying the machines, the maintenance cost is less. Okay, these machines had inbuilt fans that reduces the heat and damage level. This meant that they were now accessible to the masses. Okay, now the computers were accessible for more number of computers are available on that generation. Then another feature of the third generation computer was that they use operating systems. Okay, here using the operating system, means the operating in which platform they have to operate. Okay, which allows many applications to run at the same time. Okay, this is the main use of computer, means at one time only you can operate any more number of applications. Means more work you can do at a time. You can operate with the For example, you can take it as a if you open the Microsoft Word and Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint, like that, so many applications you are open, but they all are working at the same time. That is use of operating system. Running of several applications was termed as a multitasking. This is called as the same multiple tasks are doing at the same time is called as a multitasking. Examples of this generation of computers were IBM 370 and UNIVAC AC 9000. Okay, then this is what the third generation. The mainframe computers were developed during this generation. Okay, in the mainframe computers were developed during this generation. These computers had great processing speeds and high storage capacity. They occupied very huge space, sometimes even an entire building. This is in this mainframe computers, they are using the storage device as a entire building they are taking. Okay, means the storage area is more in this third generation. Then comes the fourth generation. Okay, that is started with the from 1971 to 1984. Here you can see the development of programming languages using the computer. Okay, first one is machine language, assembly language and high level language, and fourth generation language, natural language. Okay, this is what the used of the language in the fourth generation of computers, that is fourth generation language, natural language. Okay, in 1971 the first microprocessors was introduced. These microprocessors use silicon chips. Okay, that contain thousands of integrated circuits at once. They were created using large scale integration. Okay, that is nothing but LSI, and very large scale integration, that is VLSI, thus combining multiple transistors at a single location. This considerably reduces the size of computers with the minimal need of repairs. The amount of heat emitted was negligible, and air conditioner no longer remained at a necessary. Okay, this reduces the heat of the generated machine. The heat will be reduced in this generation. Then the personal computers means PC were introduced around this time. Okay, Apple, Macintosh and IBM PC were some of the fourth generation computers. In addition, there was a increasing use of computer networks and single user workstations. A group of computers connected together for sharing resources and information is called a computer network. Okay, the computer network were used in the fourth generation of computers. These computers could be then connected to each other through similar networks, which led to the development of internet. The number of computer home users also increased as compared to commercial users. Okay, this is what the fourth generation computers. Okay, this is the model of fourth generation computer. Then we will move the fifth generation. Okay, that is nothing but the now whatever we are using, that is nothing but the fifth generation computers. The 1980 onwards, whatever we are using the computers, laptops, they are come under the fifth generation. Post 1980, high level languages are being replaced with the natural languages, a branch of artificial intelligence. Okay, this enabled the computers to understand human speech and act accordingly. Computers with the reasoning powers. Okay, these are all the artificial intelligence were implemented in the computers now in the form of the fifth generation of computers. The computer with the reasoning powers, heat and motion sensor, and even real intelligence quotient IQ are now being developed. Okay, means this is used in robotics. Okay, you can see in robotics where they are using artificial intelligence as well as intelligence quotient. Okay, that works on its own thinking capacity, whatever they can access the information and they will react to that. Okay, computers now have a number of features such as a self-learning and self-organizing. See, okay, they can they can learn and self organizing. Okay, they can by using by you see the robotics how they react with the whatever the situation is there, they will understand and they will react to the same. Okay, with the reducing size of the processor and high speeds, the size of the computers has become small. Portable computers such as notebook computers and handheld computers are in use. A notebook computer is popularly known as a laptop, and a handheld computer is probably known as a palm top. Okay, computers have really come a long way. Okay, this is what you can see laptops, and this is the palm tops. Okay, now you are using in a palm of a tab. Okay, tablet PC, like that you are using the PCs in a smaller form, and the smartphones are now using as a same devices like computers. There you can by sensor also is inbuilt in the mobile phones. Okay, from this fifth generation, this is what the first unit of a generation of computers. Okay, is any doubts is there, you can message me and ask. Okay, thank you.